Okay, y'all. I'm sorry. This did take me a little bit longer than it was supposed to take me. But I have watched the first couple of episodes. I did not want to do this out of like to where I've already seen the episodes coming up, but unfortunately that has happened. So we'll start with episode 1. Um okay. I love this show. It never ceases to surprise me. Sorry, that's bothering me. I thought it was a bug. Um, but this show never ceases to surprise me at all, like at all. Um, I believe that this is this is a top tier show with a all star cast, and if y'all don't get on the bandwagon with this, I don't want it to get canceled. So please get on this bandwagon. Cause not a lot of people even know what this show is, and then when I tell them what it is, and they go watching like, this is so cool. But anyways, let's get into the first episode. So, where do we leave off? Danita getting rushed to the hospital. We find out it's Danita who got shot, which we already knew that from the trailer, you know, which I already talked about in the last video. But she's the one who got shot. CJ's explaining to Taj what happened. He shows up at the hospital. He was like, "What do you mean? I thought you guys were at church. How did she get shot?" And she's like, "We was at church. Yo daddy brought a gun to the church and tried to kill himself because he felt so bad about what happened." And CJ pulls his arm and he ends up shooting Danita in the stomach. But on her way down, she hits her head on a chair. Now, Danita, Calvin. The reason why, like, if y'all really look at it, the reason why Calvin didn't die is because he told the truth. He stopped the lying. He told the truth. And Deacon Dwayne, aka Kurt Franklin, told Danita, "You need to tell the truth. The truth is going to set you free." And she didn't tell the truth. Calvin did. He had his She had her time to tell the truth about the one moment from glory and everything that happened and so many different things. And she didn't do it. Calvin did. Calvin told the truth. And he's suffering the consequences of that still. But he told the truth. She had to then suffer a different consequence. She got shot and in a coma and ended up in the hospital because she didn't tell the truth. Now, this whole first episode, she's out of it. She's in a coma this whole entire time. It starts with this song "Time," which if y'all haven't listened to the contract, not the contract, the soundtrack is dope. I love the whole thing. They released the whole thing. I really wish they would have released it like by song, because like they're giving us music that hasn't even come out on the show yet. Which is something I wish they could have kind of just held out on a little bit for us. But it is what it is. But I love the whole entire soundtrack. Rebel and Taj have this amazing chemistry with songs. They really do. And there was a little bit of that. Rebel texts Taj while they're at the hospital and says, "Hey, are you okay?" And then he's like, I gotta go. I'm going on the road to the cafe. Did anybody want anything?" Really, he was just going to go talk to Rebel, and he asked Rebel to say a prayer for him and his mama, and she's like, "I don't know." He's like, "Well, can you just say a prayer for me then?" And that was, she got on her knees and she prayed for a person who, because she loved Taj, she prayed for a person who has wounded her heart so much and hurt her mom, and the reason why her mom is possibly dead is because of her. And she prayed for her. And that's a big deal. I really feel like that's a huge deal. So from there, Bishop and Lady Jeremiah and Lady Darlene, what do they call him, Bishop Emeritus or something like that, they show up. They causing havoc. everybody got them people in their family that just drive them up a wall and cause all kind of mischief and just lie and just do all kinds of stuff that just don't need to be done to save face. And that's them. Like, we thought that Danita and Calvin were bad. Darlene and Jeremiah are menaces to society. Like, we literally thought that Calvin and Danita was bad, but they're not. They're not bad compared to Jeremiah and Darlene, like, at all. Like, they're good. They're good people compared to them, and they try to. It's kind of like they dealt with the circumstances they were dealt. They did all this lying and all that kind of stuff because that's what they were taught to do, and they learned it from them, and they try to stay away from. They don't even do things as bad as they did. So they kind of seem like good people now. They don't seem like villains seeing them. And I think that's very important to see, that even though that they have done very bad things, they're not as bad as the people who raised them. They've tried to do better. And they're only doing what they've learned and what they were taught. And that's an important part of it to see, honestly. Whew. So then they had this little family meeting, and they asked for Essence to go, all that kind of stuff, and Taj is like, nah, bro, she's staying. He's like, all right, Darlene, like, she gotta go. Okay, she leave, and she's like, Taj, you're gonna be taking over Kingdom Records, and he's like, nah, bro, I work at Redeemer, right? And they're like, nah, you can just leave and come back. And he's like, nah, I'm not doing that. Y'all talk about my mama like she dead or something. CJ is doing just fine running this. We don't need to do all that. That's not in my plan. And I'm not doing it. And he leaves. And if I was him, I would have done the same thing, because he's not trying to be a part of the bull no more. He just not trying to do it. Then you got, first of all, Tamar, Sasha brings the lady, first lady, and Bishop Jeremiah in the hospital. What are you doing, Sasha? She trying to stay relevant. Like, she really trying. And I she's funny. Like, Tamar is so funny on this show. It's like, it's so funny. She's singing what was the song she was singing? Sweet love, sweet cherry, carry me home. Like, she was singing so hard. She was like, Sasha was trying so hard on that song to impress anybody and getting all these views on whatever, platform or whatever. And like, then she goes to Danita's bedside and is like, I'm gonna take good care of Calvin when you gone. Like, Jezebel, loose you spirit, loose. Like, what? Okay, all right, cool. Rebel goes back to the club because she ain't making no money at Redeeming. And she's all like, Dex, I need a job, man. I was cool when I was living off my little $25,000 signing bonus, but that money then dried up and gone. It's time for me to go. Like, I need to make some money. So you either gonna, you know what I'm saying, now I can't record nothing. And, I got caught in the club, kissing people, kissing girls, and in the club and dancing on people and stuff like that. So now I can't sing no gospel. But yeah, that was a Pluto fiasco. I think it was this first episode when she sung with I can't remember if this the first or second episode where she sings with Tasha Cobb. I believe it's the first episode. She sings with Tasha Cobb in the first episode, and Tasha Cobb's she's talking about how, when she wrote the song with Nicki Minaj, how, she got a lot of backlash from the church, which she did. But the thing is, people who never knew gospel music, who only know Nicki Minaj, found out who Tasha Cobb was and listened to more of her music because of that. And she talked about Rebel and say, like, you have a different struggle, you have a different audience, you can bring people here that wouldn't come otherwise because of who you are. And I feel like Rebel she really kind of took that in, and they sung that song together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, off. Like that song, the song was cool, or whatever. So like, um, yeah, like they did that little thing, and that'll be on Tasha Cobb album, not Rebel. She Rebel. She can't make an album right now. Um, but I will say, when it comes to Caesar, like Caesar, you know, at the end of the day, he loves Danita, and he don't really want to harm her. He want to show her. He want to wake her up. He want her to see, like, you made a mistake. And I bet you right now that Caesar will take her back in a heartbeat. If she said, "Look, bro, I got in this coma. I'm waking up. Like, I'm supposed to be with Caesar." Like, he would take her back. He would, cause he loves her, and it shows. And he been pining after her for 30 years. He been mad and angry, doing things because he's angry with her for 30 years. So when you really think about it, you know, like he's doing this because he's longing for some type of truth, love, anything like that. That's all it is. So he's putting the lawsuit on hold because Danita's in a coma. I say because he loves her, but he's doing it because he's in a coma. Regardless of which one, he's a good man for doing that and not taking advantage of that situation, because she's making a lot more money now that she's in a coma because people are streaming her music a lot more. But like, he's a good man for putting that on hold and seeing the bigger picture of everything, and I love that. Um, he wants to see Danita, and Calvin's like, man, you can see her, what I'm saying? Like, I'm done with this fight and stuff, and Caesar's up front and tells him, like, there's a lawsuit was filed this injunction was filed a long time ago before any of this happened, but I am going to put it on hold. He goes and tells him all that, and, Calvin and Caesar have a good conversation, and I love to see that. So then, somewhere in there, Calvin goes to the chapel, and there's this guy in there, and he's praying, all that. And then this guy also appears at the end of the episode. So that's the only reason that I'm thinking that this man is real, because Danita sees him and Calvin saw him, and so I'm pretty sure it's not a dream. So this man lays his hands on Danita's head, her stomach, and he prays for her, and she wakes up. He had that clear coat on his nails. I can see that from a mile away, but that's not the point here. But he goes and he lays hands on her, and then she wakes up. He said, who are you? I'm your son. And the episode ends, and I'm just like, I thought y'all was ruining this stuff, but y'all actually gave us a lot. Sorry, I thought they kind of gave us a lot because because they could, because there was a lot more for them to give, and a lot more secrets of things that to find out that we were finding out. And so, sorry if y'all hear my dogs in the background barking. But that was a good cliffhanger, and that's how the episode ended. And I I I hope y'all can't hear my dog right now. But I really, really love that aspect of it. And this is a new surprise, and I really hope that we see this son in future episodes. And we actually learn about him, because Caesar, and I remember in the trailer, like, they did talk about a son, but I didn't think it would come out like that. Like, he would be praying for her, and then she wake up. Like, what if this man is some type? What if he's like a prophet, or, what if he's like a prophet, or he goes around healing people, like he was what if he's a pastor or something? And it just makes you think of like who this man could be, because he's from an anointed family. On both sides of his family, like, they're musically inclined, but also spiritually inclined as well. So it's like, I wonder what this guy could be. He laid hands on her and she woke up. He could be, in touch with the spirit of God. Like, he can be anointed, and he could be a prophet. He could be, he could be something. And I look forward to seeing more of what and who he is. And yeah. So I'm gonna let y'all go. It's been a little 14-15 minutes now. So I'm gonna let y'all go on this one. But please stay tuned for the next video because I'm about to record it right now. Because I got a lot more to say about this stuff. So, yeah. I will see you guys next video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe, dislike, whatever. Just let me know what you guys think in the comments of this episode. If you did watch it. And if you're here watching because you support me, you're one of my faithful supporters, and you watch any video that I put up, I really appreciate that too. So again, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.